Yeah.
Man, that school been through a lot of changes, so hopefully it'll be good.
Oh, okay. Zoom is so weird on my iPad, guys. I'm like trying to see who's on here.
I'm trying to, like, I shared my screen and it won't let me see anyone. It's really strange.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Imani, the Jesus' mom. Crystal, I'm sorry. I'm driving.
No worries.
Hi. Thank you for still
Welcome.
coming.
Hi, she's somewhere back there.
Hey, honey.
Miss Ray, this the volleyball teacher?
Yep.
Thank you all for coming. There is a link in the chat. I'm going to send it again. It's just like a little parent form. If you wouldn't mind filling it out, just with contact information and things like that. Share my screen again.
It doesn't let us access the
Oh no. Let me
Yeah.
try changing that. Might just be the HSA email. Give me 1 second. Zoom was like second nature last year, but I feel like it's been a while now. All right, I think, let me send the link again. I think it should work now. Survey. So we have, should we wait like another minute, you think? Ms. Reyes, or I'll get started?
Yeah, I think a minute will be fine.
Perfect.
Oh, I see Ebony. Hi, Ebony.
Hey, Ebony.
I'm trying to see who's on here, which students are on with their parents. Thank you, everybody, for coming. We appreciate it so much. Taking the time out of your day.
I know how busy things can get.
Okay. Ms. Jocks, if they're unable to do the survey, will we just like for them to put in the chat their student's name?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah, so if you're unable to complete the survey because you're driving or you have something else going on, that's fine. Just put in the chat your child's name so we can know who is here. Thank you.
And then we'll put the survey on Google or on Class Dojo after, so everyone can access it then. That's easier. Get the slides pulled up and we can get started.
Thank you. And unfortunately, my Spanish is not so good.
Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay. So just to start, Class Dojo is a great way to communicate. For 7th grade, it's a great way to reach any teacher you might need to speak with, and to keep updated on any events happening. So I have the links here on the slides. Would somebody, Ms. Reyes or Mr. Reibel or somebody, would you mind putting those in the chat for us? Then if you're not on Class Dojo, you can join with the links for the correlating section. And then, so I'm Miss Jocks. I am your child's English language arts teacher. This year we're starting a fairly new curriculum. If your child was at HSA last year, they probably did it with Miss Douse, but it's called Wit and Wisdom. We're going to be reading a lot of novels, doing a lot of writing, lots of really engaging topics that I'm pretty excited about. The syllabus is attached here. I'll put it in the chat in a minute here. And your child should have brought home the syllabus too, so I'm sure a lot of you have already seen that, but I'll share that again as well. Below here is just a breakout of what the ELA grade looks like. So a really big section, 40% is going to be assessments, which includes tests, quizzes, projects, and the papers that we'll complete. So there's lots of different things under assessments. Those are like for the major categories. And the second largest category is classwork, and that's anything that we complete in class. So as long as your child's like coming to class and doing their work, that shouldn't be too difficult of a percentage to earn. Participation is really big in ELA too, just because we will be having lots of class discussions. So that'll be 20% of the grade. And then the smallest portion is homework, which is only 5%. We won't have a ton of homework as long as class time's being utilized wisely. So maybe like once a week your child will have homework, but it'll be kept to a minimal. And other than that, we just ask that your child brings a charged Chromebook every day. We will be using technology quite a bit in class. And of course, like a pencil, pen, highlighter, all of that stuff, their notebooks. And then eventually, we're still waiting on the curriculum materials to come in, but your child will have a Wit and Wisdom workbook. So that'll be something that'll need to come to class too. So that's about me. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat and I will answer them. But if not, we'll move on to Ms. Reyes.
All right, hi, I'm Ms. Reyes. I'm 7th grade math. And at the left, I have the unit topics we'll be covering. We're doing Eureka, and we've done this for about 2 years now. So this might be your child's second year doing Eureka. So we're gonna go over ratios and proportional relationships, rational numbers, expressions and equations, percent and proportional relationships, statistics and probability, and geometry. In the middle, I have my policies. So classwork is 35%, homework 10%, assessments 40%, participation is 15%. And participation can look like having your supplies, notebook checks. So when we're doing notes, students should be writing down notes in their notebooks because I might throw a surprise notebook check at them. The daily supplies needed, your workbook, once we get those in, which will probably be in about 2 weeks. Pencils, their math notebook, math folder, red pen or any colorful pen because that's what we correct our bell ringers with. And then I have my math syllabus attached. Mr. Ribel or Ms. Jocks, can you guys share that link with them, please? Thank you. If they can check it out. And then you can reach me at my email, reyes@hsabelmont.org or Class Dojo. And I believe I have almost 95% parents for 7C connected. I'm still waiting on one. And that's all. If you have any questions for me, you could put them in the chat. Thank you, Mr. Ribel.
It's on.
Good evening. I'm Mr. Ribel. I'm the new science teacher here at HSA Belmont. It's my first year, but I already absolutely love it. We've got a lot to cover this year. We're going to cover a little bit of everything, starting with earth science. It's going to be primarily what we focus on, but probably right after Christmas, as we approach spring, we're going to start getting into chemistry, and then we're going to finish up the year with some life science. We're going to look at everything from the composition of the earth to the different ecosystems, and then all the way down to the atoms and the elements that make all of them up. We're going to be doing a whole lot of labs in class. We've got a lot of good safety gear to make sure everybody's good and safe. I'm going to drop, after I'm finished here, I'll drop the safety contract, which almost everyone has gotten back to me. Most of you have already signed it off for me and let me know if there was anything I needed to worry about in class. And I wanted to thank all of you for doing that. There's also the syllabus, which is available on our Google Classroom as well. Both of these documents are on there. So if you ever need to see them again, just have them pull up that classroom and they'll get you all the information that you need. As for our daily class utilities that we're going to need, I like our students to have like a few different color pens. I'm a huge advocate for color coding our notes, vocabulary, main topics, things to think about. Not mandatory, but highly, highly recommended. They will need a notebook. They're absolutely going to need that charged Chromebook. And I am huge on safety. When we're going through a lot of these stuff, we're putting them in a real laboratory environment. So I am extremely safety mindset. And I hope that the kids are too. I haven't seen any problems yet. I don't anticipate any. Got some really fun labs planned for this year. And if you guys need me at all, feel free to contact me.
Mr. Rival.
Hi, I'm Miss Angie. I only work with 7A primarily, and I work with all the diverse learners. So I'm with them in ELA, math, science, and social studies. So I'm just that extra support from them.
Hey all, my name is Mr. Magyar. This is my first year teaching. It's also my first year in Chicago. I recently moved here from Florida. So I will be handling social studies for just 7C. Mr. Bolte, who you're going to meet in a sec, he does 7A and 7B. For social studies, just like every other class, it's important the kids bring the materials, just their folder, pencils, charged Chromebooks, just the basics. In my class, I really want to emphasize making things relevant for your kids, because history can get kind of boring if you're just memorizing dates from the 1700s. It can get kind of boring, and I don't want that. I don't care if the kids can memorize, give me that date, give me this date, give me this person. I really want it to make it as relevant as they can to their lives. I'm not big on homework either, so I don't want to overwhelm your students. So right now in the last couple of weeks, we've just been learning about Chicago. We've been learning about their local communities. So trying to make it, like I said, relevant. Overall, really excited for this year. It's been a great 2 weeks and I'm looking forward to the rest of it.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mr. Bolte. Like Mr. Magyar said, I'll be teaching 7A and 7B. I also teach 8th grade here, so 8th grade history. So if you're a child in 7C, I might have them next year. Like Mr. Magyar as well, I'm new to Chicago, and it's my first year at HSA Belmont. I taught back in my hometown near Rockford the last couple of years, so this will be my 4th year teaching. Some topics that we're going to talk about this year is we're basically going to start with Native American history, and we're going to go all the way through the Civil War and Reconstruction of the Civil War. 8th grade will then take off from there all the way up till modern day. My big emphasis with history is I really want to teach history through the eyes of all the different cultures, backgrounds, ethnicities that make up this country and make the country to what it is today. Because if you are leaving, groups out, that it's not telling the whole story. So some supplies that they'll need every day. You'll need a spiral, folder, or binder to hold notes in. They'll need a pencil, and then they'll need a fully charged laptop. If it's not fully charged, it's like not having it. For the class, assignments are going to be 45%. Homework is included in there. There won't be a ton of homework in my class if the child's utilizing their time wisely. Then they're always going to have time in class to work on the assignment. And if they do not finish it, then they're going to have to finish it at home. But like I said, if they're using their time well in class, they shouldn't be much homework. 20% projects and 20% tests. There's going to be a unit is going to run around a month. So there'll probably be one test and one project per month, which is per unit. And then participation, 15%. My syllabus is over there on the left. It's also, your child has a paper copy in their social studies folder. It's also in my Google Classroom. But if Mr. Reibel, would you mind putting that link into the chat just in case anyone wants to see it now? And my contact information is bolte@hsabelmont.org. And also you can reach me through your child's class dojo. A few just a policy involving late work. This involves everybody, all of us. It can be turned in up to 1 week late. However, it is a 10% grade deduction for each day it is late. And as well with the late assignment, they will need to complete a Google form that we have in our Google Classroom. So they'll need to fill out a Google form explaining why it was late and the steps they're going to take to make sure that it basically doesn't happen again. And then they can do the assignment. As far as absences go as well, if a child misses class instruction in the assignment, they're not expected to have that assignment when they return because they weren't there to receive it. So if that's the case, then it is the student's responsibility to meet with us, but we'll set up a new due date for when they can complete that assignment and work.
As Mr. Bolte said, communication is key. So your children in ELA today just learned email etiquette skills. So definitely just communicate with us and let us know what's going on if they're going to be out or if they're going to have late work.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mr. Ben. I'm coding teacher for grade 6 to 8 students, and I am here on the behalf of our special teachers. As you can see, one of our teachers is Miss Choi. She's teaching arts to grade 6 to 8 students. And in the arts class, students explore various artistic styles, mediums, and techniques. And they are learning about different artists through history. So here in the slide, our next teacher is Coach Tate. He's our sports teacher for grade 6 to 8. And in the sports, they are students actually developing fitness principles and developing locomotor and non-locomotor skills that actually translates to life and athletics. And Coach Tate teaches students the importance of exercise and healthy eating in order to build lifelong habits. And our next special teachers, Mr. Williams and Mr. Patman, they are teaching character education in HSA. So in character education class, students actually focusing on these values. These values are respect, responsibility, integrity, courage, curiosity, and effort. And through weekly and daily lessons, students will learn how to put these values into practice at home and at school. So you can reach to these special teachers through their email accounts, and they are available at Class Dojo. So, and here we have 3 more special teachers. One of them is Mr. Tufan, and he is teaching coding, and as well as he's following the PLTW curriculum. And in these coding lessons, students are learning about the robotics and web design, and they are learning how to program robots with the help of different languages. They are using 2 different learning platforms. One of them is Tinker.com, and the other one is GoCoders.com. And our last 2 teachers are, one of them is Spanish teacher, is Miss Troxel, and students are learning Spanish in this classroom, and they focus on 3 main things: grammar, vocabulary, and culture. And our last teacher is teacher Andreichi. She is teaching music to grade 4 to 8 students, and this is her first year in HSA. In the music class, they will be learning how to sing, dance, and they will be learning various instruments. And you can also reach these teachers through their email accounts, and they are available on Class Dojo.
And then Mr. Caldwell could not be here. He had a few other meetings tonight as well, but Mr. Caldwell is working with math RTI students. It's his first year at HSA. He grew up in Belmont Cragen area as well as the Humboldt Park area. His contact information is there, similar to the rest of us. He can be contacted by email or via Class Dojo. And it's just important that if your child is in math RTI, they're bringing their notebook, their RTI folder, and pencils to class. It's a really great time for students too. It's a very like small group setting, and I know he's doing a great job with our students. And then just some general information, just with us trying to be proactive about safety this year, more so than ever. It's really important that your child's bringing their own like personal water bottle to school. We're avoiding the drinking fountain. So, and I know there's been a lot of students like asking to go get water, and we're just really pushing for them to all bring their water bottles. We're also going through like just a lot of Clorox wipes and tissues. So a lot of students have brought some of these in, but if they have not, or if you can bring more, that would be greatly appreciated. Is there anything else anyone wants to add? All right. Ms. Francis.
Yes. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I see a lot of familiar faces. I see Ms. Garrett. I see Ebony Hickman's family. Hi, guys. Welcome, welcome. So I just want to take the time to just reiterate a couple of things and give you guys some updates. Mr. Connell can't be here with us, so I put a picture of him so you know who he is. So for those of you guys that don't know, Mr. Connell and we are the assistant principals of middle school. Before I talk about updates, I want to talk about just how important 7th grade is. 7th grade is so incredibly crucial because this year is the actual year that your high school, when you apply to high schools for next school year, they see the grades for this year, okay? So we want to make sure that we're on top notch 100% of our game for this school year, simply because we want to make a good impression and get into the best of the schools for next school year when we start with our high school application process. Because guys, it's going to come like that, all right? In the blink of an eye, it's you know, it's right there. Another thing that I want to mention is, you know, some of us, last year was a difficult year. So we weren't really in the classroom all that well. We didn't really get that sense of being within the school building. So some of you guys really have not, some students have not been in the building since 5th grade, right? You know, as we get older, the responsibilities definitely increase. So we run a really tight ship in middle school, and we want to make sure that the students are ready for high school when they leave from us, academically, behaviorally, socially, mentally. So it's really important that home and school are on the same page in order for this to work. It really does take a village to raise a child, and you know, these are our babies as well. So we want to make sure that home and school are on the same page in order for us to make sure that your child gets the best educational experience at HSA Belmont. So I'll go ahead and move forward and talk a little bit about updates pertaining to middle school. You might see some familiar faces in these pictures. So I hope they bring a smile to your face. Starting Monday, we're going to really crack down on uniforms. Some of you guys are going to be like, well, we didn't receive our uniform yet. We get it. I know that there is a, sorry, I did like 3 meetings. I know that everything's backed up. But what we're asking is if your child can come with a solid color, either just a basic shirt or a polo, either red or blue, that's preferable. But if it's another color, we get it. But red or blue is where we want to stay, since that's similar to our uniform. Khaki pants. I know they sell them at Walmart for really cheap. I know Target has some as well. During PE days, your child could wear shorts or joggers. We don't want your child wearing sweatpants on a regular basis, simply because they don't have PE every day, okay? So no hoodies, no jackets. So starting Monday, we don't want to see the hoodies on them. They all received lockers. That should go in their lockers first thing in the morning, and they should, you know, retrieve it before they head out, okay? Another thing I want to talk about, we had some phones that were confiscated today. So I just want to reiterate, phones, earbuds or AirPods, smartwatches, it's not that we don't allow them in school, we don't allow them in the classroom. So if they come to school, they should be silent, put into their book bags. or put in their lockers, right? The first offense is if we see it, we take it away and return it to the student at the end of the day. The second is we take it and we call you guys at home to come and pick it up to retrieve. And the third is we take and we don't return it till the end of the school year. Now, this is not new. This has been our policy from the get-go. So I just want to reiterate that, the policy. And I know we have some questions. I will answer them as soon as I'm done. We can go ahead and move forward. So tagging along to what I said about the tech, we want to make sure that your child's items are safe. So every child did receive a locker. Please make sure that your child does have a lock so that they can go ahead and input all their items into their locker in a safe manner. Ms. Jacques did mention water bottle. This is a picture of our water fountain on the 3rd floor. We want to avoid students using the actual water fountain, obviously due to COVID reasons. So we have the water bottle refiller. All students are able to bring a water bottle to the school building so that they can hydrate themselves whenever they want, instead of using the water fountain for sanitary purposes. And the last thing I want to touch upon is a fully charged Chromebook. All students should have received a Chromebook. If they did not, they can come see me during homeroom time and we'll get that sorted out. But the expectation is students are going to be using their Chromebooks this year. And there's a possibility that your child's classroom or X amount of students may actually have to be quarantined due to a positive case. If that's the case, the child needs to be on their Chromebook in order to do the asynchronous work online. So we have to make sure that your child does have a Chromebook, a fully charged Chromebook. And when they come to school, the expectation is that their Chromebooks are fully charged. So please make sure that you help with that so that their Chromebooks are fully charged when they come into the building. We can go next. I think that's it. Let me go ahead and answer some questions here that I have. So schedule bus or purple bus for drop-offs after school. Okay, Ms. Vanessa, that's a question I need you to ask Mr. Cano because he's the one who handles all the bus statistics. So I don't have an answer for you about that. So his email again is cano@hsabelmont.org. And this PowerPoint and recording will be shared with every one of you guys. So you can go ahead and reach out to Mr. Cano. What if they are cold? Great question. So in regards to the uniform, one thing that we say as the winter season comes, students are allowed to wear like a long sleeve solid shirt underneath their t-shirt if they feel that they are cold. Another thing is there are zip ups. I know they have sweaters that are HSA that can be purchased. You can go ahead and purchase that. But really the easiest and cheapest way is for students to wear a long sleeve shirt under their t-shirt. And that usually gets the job done. Ms. Bayman, yes, for sure they can use key locks. The one thing with that is they're more prone to lose the key. So we recommend the combination locks, but again, that's your preference. Thank you, Ms. Jacques, for putting the email. That's it from me, guys. So I don't know if any other 7th grade teachers have anything else that they want to mention. One thing is, please make sure that you guys do reach out if you do have questions, okay?
And if you're not on Class Dojo yet, please stick around, let us know so we can help you get connected. It's such a valuable resource throughout the whole school year.
All right, well, I think 7th grade team did a phenomenal job. Do they need headphones for the computer? I would definitely, yes, recommend that. Definitely have your child bring headphones so that they can use with their Chromebook. Great question, Ms. Bayman.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. We really appreciate it.
We know how busy you all are, so thank you for taking the time. We look
And you
forward to a
guys
great
are-
school year.
Yeah, and you guys are in great hands. 7th grade team is phenomenal. I'm not being biased when I say that. I truly.
Thank you, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to stick around.
Have a great night, everyone.
Okay, bye, everybody. Thank
Take
you.
care, Ms. Garrett.
Thank you. Bye.
All right.
I can get you the code right now, Ms. Bayman. One moment.
Ebony, are you causing trouble again?
She's just thinking about how she's gonna rip my poster down again.
Again.
Mhm.
Look at her. See? Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, take it easy. I'm gonna head out. Ms. Jocks, are you the one recording?
Yes.
All
I'll-
right, so
I'll
whenever
make
you
sure
can
to post that.
send that over. Mhm.
Of course.
All right, take care, guys. Have a great night.
Thanks, Mr. Ansick. You too, Ebony.
I have an AC tomorrow.
If Allie, if you need a large flash drive to send that over, let me know. It's gonna be way too big to email.
Okay,
So if you need one, I've got 2 or 3 in my classroom
Okay.
you can use.
thanks, Sister Rival. I
No worries.
will, I'll let you know. We'll give her a try and see what happens. Right. Are there any other questions before we head on out? All right, well, have a good night, everybody.
See you guys tomorrow.